Hello and welcome back to the Crucible of Avarice. Woo!
Oh, it's not free yet. what are you doing?
Play session.
Because we've got the maximum amount of us here. Last week, the team was split up as after finally 36 episodes and over 2 months in game, has the group finally achieved one of the many goals that they set out for, which was saving Felix's wife. Thanks to the help of a power stone that Aldous had, and also the abilities that Smithy has learned and used, he was able to correct the powers of Lily and save her. Along with basically removing almost any of the rehabilitation time that she would have needed. After doing so, Anarche kind of grew bored and left after some of the things that had been said by his brothers had sort of affected him. The group got slightly concerned and followed after him, however, not before he bumped into a certain individual known as Pinky, a Haskonian woman who was actually quite interested by his weird proclivities. She then took him to a zoo, whilst the others went off to a cafe. Aldous was informing and inspiring Fletcher of the grand radiance of his belief, whilst Felix was being kind of more than a fair enough host to Smithy's wants and needs in the terms of food and drink. After they had separated, Felix led Smithy astray into an alleyway, only to attack him violently. Smithy has been on the run, and Felix has been causing quite the rampage looking for him throughout the city. Now, after destroying a building and being fixed by Aldous, the party is split up even further, as now, after finally catching up with him, Fletcher had been accosted by Fergus. Now, as we return to this, Fergus opened up a portal and revealed one of his puppets, his reanimated corpses. It is Dave, one of the fighters of the tournament that Fletcher and Rakia had met earlier on during the time that they were on the boat. This man is no longer alive, and he is undead under the control of Fergus. As Fergus seems to be wanting to do whatever he can to stop anyone from getting in Felix's way. Felix, on the other hand, you are following a glowing chunk of animite that is apparently taking you towards the location of Smithy. And Anarche is blissfully ignorant as to the fact that he has now just taken upon himself a new companion, as she wants to go off and see the world along with him and the rest of his crew. We now finally come back to Fletcher. So Fletcher, Fergus is sort of basically sat on the top of this bin. In front of him by about 5 meters is the pretty much the undead individual in front of you. What would you wish to do?
I'm gonna make this quick. You'll be next, Fergus.
Fergus smiles in a sort of annoyingly freakish sort of smirk and waits for whatever you are attempting to do.
Let's see. I'm going for a phase crusher.
Okay. Off to a flying start. Yeah. So you go off towards him with a phase crusher. As you do so, this Dave suddenly starts sort of almost crouching in a strange position and starts darting towards you as he passes through you and he does Phase Crusher on you. I would like you to roll your damage, please, with Phase Crusher, and I shall roll the melee damage.
Let me get my notes up with all the damages. Okay.
$18 points of damage, plus the other 8, which puts you at a lovely sum total of 26 points of damage you have now taken. As it seems as though he copies you directly, mimics your ability, and does exactly the same as you, only just a tad faster.
Looks like his copying skill hasn't gotten any worse.
So you've now taken 26 points of damage. Fergus sort of like chuckles to himself at the notion that you state. He looks at you just for a second and then he snaps his fingers as then it seems as though the undead just immediately goes towards you and tries the exact same thing again.
I'll try, as a response to that, do Phase Splitter. Two powers. It activates and end the attack.
So I want to point this out, like, what was it? I'm only rolling now just to see if I actually landed. Okay, no, I don't land the attack, but I still beat you. So again, roll Phase Crusher damage for me, please. As yet again he passes through you. But he does not get the attack off. Or at least he does not get, like, the strike off.
Phase Crusher?
Yeah.
I used Phase Splitter.
No, I mean, he is doing the ability that you just did before.
Ah!
Yeah. Because again, it was his turn. You have taken another 21 points of damage. As he just goes past you again, dealing that damage.
Alright. I'm going to have to get serious with this.
What? And you weren't serious before?
I just shoot a glare at Fergus.
He is smirking at you very cheekily right now. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
I am going to take one of the stone daggers out, and I'm going to try Spirit Cannon.
Okay.
Come Come on! And yours is better because even though it's a 2 berries.
As you go to do this, it just then sort of like it just sort of phases just low enough for you to just fire this thing, and then as that happens, it sort of just gets past and then hits you again, as it deals a phase counter to you. This will be based on your phase counter damage. So how much damage do you normally do on phase counters?
So that would just be phase cutter.
Oh, what, so D10 plus D8?
Yes.
Okay. And then obviously... I'll just leave it with that. I'm not going to bother adding the other damage. Okay, so...
Creamy.
Okay, so you're now up to 60 damage out of your 221 health. As this thing just sort of ducks, you fire the shot, it just, the stone dagger stabs into a wall behind it, as he ducks down using it, and then darts towards you, punching you in the stomach with this phase counter attack. Now going to its turn, it then seems to sort of like he turns around his entire body to attempt to sort of like do some kind of spin kick.
I'm going to phase counter.
Okay, so I need to do that. And then I need to do the attack. Which, honestly, I don't see how that's going to work any better. Yep, okay. So, he attempts that. How do you attempt to stop this?
Phase slightly to the right using phase swim and then attack.
Okay. Roll damage.
Alright. Since it's just normal phasing, so it will just be phase cutter damage.
Yep. Roll it.
Bam!
Ooh, okay. That's quite good.
Slash!
Okay. So now I need to check something. Does that break vitality? That's the biggest question. I think it does. Yep. So as you sort of pass by and then hit him, you hit it in a way, and it's his body just sort of, his arm and a bit of his side just bursts open as you cut him. But other than a very small amount of what seems to be sort of almost really darkened blood comes out of it, not much else does. Normally, this would be enough to make someone begin to bleed or even bleed out, how deep this cut is. But for him, it's almost as if his blood isn't pumping through his body. He's not bleeding. However, his arm, or specifically his right arm, is very badly severed in a way in which that it's not really going to be very easily functional. And even if it is, it's kind of obvious that this could be a weak point in which that you could exploit to break off the rest of his arm. As that sort of passes, it is now your turn, as Fergus just says well, you know what they say, copiers are pretty good. Unless they don't exactly have the greatest intelligence.
I see you saw to that.
Well, he didn't want to make a deal with me, and I desperately needed a interesting enough vessel for tests.
What, you couldn't hire anyone off Greg's list?
He just sort of looks at you like, really, dude? Like, that's the best comeback you could come with?
Oh, sorry. I thought you had a reputation.
He then just goes, you do realise who's fighting who right now, don't you?
I don't see you taking a swing at me other than Dave over here.
So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna try for phase cutter combo.
Okay.
I'm going to aim for the arm.
Fair.
Alright.
Again,
Cutter.
He dodges.
Oh, damn it.
Oh wait, no, I forgot you have to roll for the attack, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Again, he dodges.
Again, he dodges. So I try and swing as he misses. I miss.
So it's sort of like, again, this time you go to attack his arm. He sort of ducks in a certain way, almost like a boxer ducking from a punch, and then just sort of again goes to strike at you again in the solar plexus. This time dealing 14 points of damage to you. It then goes again, attempting to do the exact same.
I will react by phase crushing.
Okay. Ooh, that was a very big gamble there, but it still paid off. You'll both be damaging each other, but yeah, fair enough. Go.
Did I roll for strike?
Well, it's what you did was it was an attack. Because Phase Crusher is an attack. If you roll reactively to use an ability like that, it counts exactly like strike.
Fair enough.
As you are dealt 24 points of damage, putting you up to 98 points of damage. You deal 17 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Two of which we now come back to, very quickly we now come back to Anarche. Anarche, you and Pinky have sort of been like wandering around a little bit. You've seen a few other strange oddities in the Huskonian animal kingdom. You've seen sort of like an aquarium, and like creatures that can burrow through ice, like as if they're swimming through water. Certain creatures that can not only survive in the cold, but also like their meats go off very quickly because they can't. Because their bodies resist to the cold very quickly, so there's a bacteria in their bodies, meaning that like they actually, fun enough, they decay very quickly. So like you're learning all of this weird info as you're like looking at them and researching them. Well, not researching them, but like reading the things. Is there anything that you specifically want to go do, look for, or is that your lot?
I think as Anarche sort of looking at this, I think he's sort of starting to have had his fill, and he turns to look over to Pinky and goes, so, I mean, if you are traveling with us, I assume you probably have some stuff you'd want to get, right?
Oh, yes. I do actually have a few things. I'd have to go back to my apartment and get them.
I mean, do you want to do that now, or?
Well, if you don't mind.
I'm fine with that.
Cool, let's go. She then again takes your hand and just sort of leads you away. You leave the park. Whilst you do so, I would like you to roll me a perception.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Nope, 2 berries.
2 berries.
Oh boy!
You're just following suit. She's not paying attention to her surroundings either, but you're just continuously running off.
As Felix jumps around them, destroying buildings.
The building goes off in the background.
We come back to you, Felix. You've sort of been again jumping around. You've been following this orb, this little crystal thing for a while now. And then suddenly, sort of like you get into the middle of the street where like cars are stopping, wherever you sort of just right where you are. As you then just sort of hear a voice going, "Stop right there, criminal scum!"
You violated the law.
As you're sort of looking around from seeing where it goes, as you just hear like this very faint like. As it starts getting closer and closer and closer to you. This strange whistling noise.
Okay, well, is the crystal still going? Or
The crystal, what it does is it continues to move away from you, yes.
okay, well, I'm still gonna follow the crystal.
Okay. As you do so, you then hear and feel behind you a massive shockwave of like as something slams into the ground and the concrete behind you. As this does so, I would like you to roll me a perception.
Perception?
Yeah.
With city awareness, do I have advantage?
I'd say so, yes.
Okay.
Ooh, that was close.
12.
So again, normally, if this was a case of you being anywhere else, or even normally if it wasn't someone like you who's quite a decent suburbanite, you would not be able to see what is happening behind you. However, you know that there are some glass windows, near you and next to you. So you look in the reflection of them, and you see behind you a very large Huskonian woman, bulky, sort of wearing a fairly official uniform, but it's sleeveless. She is taller than you, even in your current bulked up form, and she looks pissed, as it looks as though she's about to throw a punch or something towards your direction. How would you like to react?
I'm trying to think. They're not my objective, and I don't want to kill more than I have to.
Tell that to the bookstore.
Yeah.
Look, that was not on purpose.
I mean,
That was Smithy's fault for dodging, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, true, you got that.
I like the idea of that there could be some argument there. That,
Maybe
even if he hadn't
the
have dodged, would it have still been there?
Maybe the bookstore had it coming. Who knows?
Yes, how would you like to react?
I guess it would probably just be a dodge. It's like evasion.
Yeah, you can roll evasion if you want.
Okay, which with my super strength would that be?
It's not
13?
Yeah.
Or super-
I mean, beat a natural 1, basically, dude. Like, that's all I'm
Oh,
asking.
I didn't see my natural one yet. Yeah, let me try.
Yep. The lovely,
damn, so close.
The lovely 28. Yeah, as like you sort of you feel like something nearly brush, like almost like the shockwave brushed past one of your legs as you run like hell down this alleyway. As you just hear a massive explosion of force behind you, as you're like, oh, she definitely hit something, and then you just keep running.
Oh no, the other library.
Yeah.
No!
As you continue going, roll me an investigation check.
Investigation. Okay.
Investigation.
Boy, my favorite. Where's my investigation stat? Okay, it's just a flat d20. Cool.
Oh no!
A
Have I lost the rock?
A single one. You sort of turn back, and you sort of just see what happens. There's just a dust cloud behind you as you turn around, and then you just realise, oh no, where's the rock gone? And there are two alleyways in like a fork in the road in front of you. Now, did it go down the left or the right? That is the true question.
The right.
Okay.
Da-da-da-da.
So you go down the right.
Yeah.
You continue running down that direction as we now come back to Fletcher. Fletcher, you are currently in a battle against this undead individual, as Fergus is just sort of laughing to himself.
My turn or Copy's turn?
It is indeed your turn.
Alright. I'm just going to try another Phase Crusher.
Fair enough. Damn. I hope that one works. It does. Also, I'm assuming you have to roll for the attack anyway, but... Phase Crusher, at least.
I look. Woo! That is a D20, not a D10.
Oh dear. You try to re-roll.
Shall I roll again?
Yeah, you try to. Well, definitely. You definitely need to roll again. But I'll delete these messages.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't know why, but I just now imagine that like the noises of the like fists and weapons just sort of only just passing each other. It just sounds like the lightsaber noises movement.
Fair enough.
Okay, so that's so that was 19 damage. Oh, good lord, open. That's 7. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you hit him again, dealing 19 points of damage. As at this point, you notice that Fergus is writing something down on like a small notepad, a little notebook. All right, so let's and he's just mumbling to himself as the undead sort of backs up for a second and then attempts to do the exact same ability that you just did against it, as it attempts to use another Phase Crusher.
I will Phase Counter as a response.
Fair enough. You succeed.
and I smack with both staffs on the back of his head as he goes by.
You can only use one staff. Not both, because
Okay,
one of them
fair
is
enough.
broken.
Aww.
Hey, there has to be a consequence for your weapon being broken, sir.
That is true. Alright, I will remove one and smack with the other.
Nice. Okay. So, you said that you hit him on the back of the head, did you say?
The back of the head, just like a swiping motion as he
Awesome.
flies by.
So, as you... sorry, I was just writing something down. You said head, back of the head or just back?
Back of the head.
Okay. So as you do this, you hit him with this thing, and his entire head just explodes off of his shoulders. As the body just then finally falls to the ground. You then just see him still penciling in some stuff, looks up, closes the book, puts the pen, the pencil, and the notebook. It like throws it off to a side as it just gets swallowed up by a little dimension, and he just goes, "Oh, well done. Yeah, I didn't think that you'd actually get through with that. So, well, to be fair, I didn't think that you'd struggle so hard against such a weak opponent. But nevertheless, congratulations, you beat him."
Oh, great. What's my reward? Do I get an extra year?
You're funny, aren't you? No, not at all like that. The deal is the deal. I'm not altering it, nor am I changing it. But of course, if you need me to accelerate it, I don't mind.
No, not right now. How about, put one of these staffs up the side of your head?
You really want to take me on, lad?
I really do. But right now, I really need to keep an eye on my friends and make sure they're alright. But you'll get your comeuppance.
I will now, won't I? That's quite interesting that you say that, because I've just successfully stalled you long enough for Felix to get away. And what was all that nonsense about you definitely gonna give me one after you beat him?
I mean, you want to go then?
I mean, not really. You don't interest me. And quite frankly, me attacking you personally is kind of a bit of a disagreement of our deal. Technically, so is you attacking me. But I would never be the one to attack first.
Huh. That's not what you said back in the forest. You said I interest you greatly, and that's the reason you made the deal.
That's why
You
you're
backing
still
out already?
That's why you're still around, isn't it? I mean, that's why you're still kicking. But surely you must have other reasons. You seemed so confused, so upset, and now you just seem, I don't know, nonchalant about it.
I think that's just the way I get when I'm around you. Life seems so dull.
It's ironic that you say that, because to be honest, I've been picking up a few interesting little bits of information on you, Fletcher. One of them is exactly this. You see, did it not hurt when you got hit by those attacks?
Not any more than what I normally take.
I want you to roll me a history check.
That is a flat d20.
Flatted 20!
Blueberries.
I mean, you can't really remember, but yeah, you're pretty sure that it hurt. As he said, like, no more than, like, the regular attacks.
Honestly, it hurt more seeing him in this sorry state.
Interesting. So emotional imbalance is still within check for now.
You keeping tabs on my mental well-being?
A little bit more than just that. Let's say that you are yet another one of my graceful experiments.
Okay. Are we done here?
Well, considering that I still haven't gotten a notification of any sort that Felix has found his victim, I think that we're still not done just yet. As we now come back to Pinky and Anarche. Pinky and Anarche, you've finally gotten to the building in which her apartment is. She says that she'll be down, like basically, she says that she'll be down in a bit with all of her like her equipment and stuff like that, and all the things that she wants to bring. Because she's like, oh, I don't expect you to come up and help me or anything. I'll be down shortly or whatever.
Okay.
So you're basically standing there in the middle of this rather cold, wintry street. For what feels like a while. Roll me a perception check.
How many times are you going to try and see if Felix runs past?
I mean, I could roll a D100, but there's another reason I'm doing this.
Actually notice things for once.
You notice some people talking about some things, and you actually start noticing, oh, there's like smoke and all sorts of weird stuff going off in that direction. Oh well, that's not really your problem, but you start noticing things that people start like whispering to each other, people start talking out loud to each other about some very odd things. Did you hear? There's another tournament going crazy. I know. He was huge. He destroyed like 3 buildings in a few seconds. I heard that he killed a few of the other enforcers. Don't worry about it. The great admiral will take care of it. And you just keep hearing this, whatever. And then you then finally hear someone just go, see, I told you, it was Felix Fatigue.
Narke just will look at his band quickly and show me Felix Fatigue.
It shows you, and right now you're seeing him like stop, look at 2 alleyways, and then run down one of them. As he gets out into the wide sort of like area, as you basically just see him stop as we now come to the real-time event of Felix. As Felix, you've now finally gotten out of this alleyway that you've been running down for a while, as you then just see the large Huskonian individual standing in front of you with her arms crossed. Now that wasn't really a smart move, was it?
Felix just grunts.
She then sort of like unfolds her arms, and you can see on her left arm she's wearing a yellow band. I would like you to roll me an insight or a perception check.
I do have advantage on perception.
You do.
But insight seems funnier because it's a -1.
I mean, it's up to you, but I will say you do have an advantage on perception.
I think I'll do insight just because it's funny.
Fucker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Grunts.
She has a yellow band. You're not really paying attention to it, but she has a yellow band. Anyway, what was it talking about? Oh yeah, get the fuck out of my way, lady. That's pretty much all. You don't care about whoever this person is or what she's doing, what she's wearing, whatever symbolic like shit that she's supposed to be about, because of course you have other priorities. You can't see the little glowing gem, so therefore this conflict is not theoretically important.
Correct. Yes, I will attempt to like get past, evade, whatever I need to do to.
She's standing right in front of you, like out
I know.
in the way of the alley. How would you like to get past her?
I mean, it's an alley. I can. Felix is a good jumper.
Yeah, that's true. True.
What would that be? Labor.
Yeah, labor.
Okay. God, my rolls today.
Ooh. My rolls today. Natural one. You just jump over
We've
her.
both gotten 2 natural ones today. I want that to be known.
As you bolt off over the top of these buildings, sort of bounding towards it. I want you to roll me. I want you to roll me a perception. This time, however, because it's high up, it will be cancelling out your advantage.
That's fine.
However, you don't have to roll disadvantage. You swear that you sort of see something shining off in the distance. In which I'm assuming you attempt to head that way.
Yep.
Roll me. I'm going to say roll me a dexterity.
Okay. $24.
You're able to sort of land yourself a little bit safer, somewhat control your falling, without necessarily slamming into another building. You land on the ground, sort of cushion most of the fall, and then just begin running away off into the distance in which that you found the glowing. Upon this, Anarche, this is what you see. I'm going to ask you to roll me an insight. Actually, no. I just realised you don't need to roll an insight. It is very obvious as to what is going on here. Oh, you want to roll an insight anyway, don't you?
Yeah.
Go on then.
It gets 2 berries.
2 berries?
4 berries.
4 berries.
Two berries.
Big Husconian woman tries to stop him. He jumps over. That's all you're getting from this. She might be the one who's instigating the fight. Then he's just trying to run away.
He's too strong. It doesn't matter.
As we now come back to Fletcher.
Fergus is boring me. I phase down through the ground.
Okay. Since you can't see, what rough direction do you want to be going off in?
Can I activate Instinctive Will?
Roll for it.
Mm-hmm. There's willpower. And perception.
Okay. You sense some stuff, but only within a 10-meter radius of you. Again, what rough direction are you going?
Let's head north.
Okay, you begin moving. For a while, roll me move speed. Some amount of movement happens. As we come back to Felix. Felix, you've been running and you finally see it. The glowing orb, you catch up to it. It's hovering over a crippled body of Smithy, as he's still, he's now found some kind of thing to stop the bleeding in some, attempting to staunch the bleeding. As it's just, it's some kind of white rag that's just soaking up the blood on his face.
So he just has a towel over his face, God.
He's more like he's holding a towel to his face rather than a towel over his face, but yes.
Hope he's got extra. Okay, so
He then looks up at you, and it's just like you can tell that like it's the lack of blood that has at this point put him into this very non-energetic point because he is like slumped against the wall and the floor.
okay, so Sonic Strike combo. Yeah.
You call it, you roll it, you do
Okay.
it, I guess.
Just getting your permission to attack.
Oh yeah, no, you have full permission.
Okay, 32.
Oh!
Was that with advantage or
I-
disadvantage on his?
I got a disadvantage, so yeah, that's a
Cool, so that's a natural
that's a
one.
natural one. Yeah, you hit him. Roll damage.
Okay, let me get to the pinned damage number and just copy that.
Like you don't
So he
even
wants
say
to
it.
write. He wants to write Smithery in the in memory. Part.
Yeah. I mean, I've actually got the
There
art
we
for
go,
him, so I'll do
100.
it.
Yeah.
129.
Okay.
That's near max. I think max is like 132, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, you are very close. No,
This man is dead.
it's not 132. I think it's 135 or something. It's
okay.
You're very close. Or is it
Yeah.
140? I can't remember.
It's something.
I mean, I don't even know why I'm rolling this.
This is also just my first attack.
Yeah.
I got a 15, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. You hit him. A large amount of blood just gushes out from what is the empty pile that is and was this body. Do you continue?
Is he dead?
I mean, are you a doctor?
I
Better make sure.
have...
One more punch can't hurt. I mean,
Look, I am...
One more punch can
survival.
definitely hurt. You're absolutely wrong about that, but I think what you mean is one more punch, just to be on the safe side.
I mean,
confirm the kill.
Finish him!
Just to confirm it.
Sure, just to confirm the death. Does a 25 hit?
I mean, just roll the damage.
Alright, yeah, sure. 106.
So the best way to describe what is currently left of Smithy is arms, legs, some amount of clothing that is sort of almost reminiscent of just a really terrible attempt at bagging. Like it's like if I said to you, could you bag all of this punch and animal guts in this burlap sack?
Alright, my next question, is there a trash can nearby?
I mean,
Or like some dumpster or
I
something?
mean, you're in an alley where there's quite a few bins, but I want to just point out that like most of him is just splattered up against that wall and all over the floor.
Okay, I think I'll just text 10 that the job is done.
In your blood
Send a
covered
picture of the wall.
hands. In your
Yeah.
blood covered hands, you
I'll
send
take the napkin or towel that Smithy had, wipe my hands up.
You get most of it off, but it's still like your hands are still stained red.
Yeah.
As you obviously take the phone out and text it. How exactly do you write this message? What do you say?
Smithy is dead. Felix wouldn't know the coordinates, sadly.
Fair.
In alleyway, if look me up on the band real quick to get location if needed.
He just said, "Not needed. I believe you."
Alright.
Just take picture and sends him the gore.
Yeah. Well, Felix will. I guess it would be he'd. Well, I mean, the Husconian lady would probably be smart enough to use the band to locate Felix.
Fair enough.
But Felix would try to slink away into the shadows and, go wash up.
Fair.
head back towards Tens.
Do you stay in your transformation, by the way?
For the moment, yes.
Okay.
Knowing that people are coming after me.
You have 40 points left.
That's perfectly fine.
That's
plenty.
Roll me stealth.
Stealth. Okay, it's Dex, so...
By the way, once you're done with this, the orb just stays there in midair.
Okay, 23.
Yep, you slink off. Fletcher.
Yes.
We come back to you, moving in the dark. You have been moving for some time.
Okay, I would say now is a good time to resurface and see where I am.
You're in the middle of a street that you do not recognise.
Makes sense.
Cool.
This looks This looks. You do not recognise it. It doesn't look like anyone's on it that you recognise, and it does not look like it's anywhere near anything that you've been to before.
You get up out of the ground. You're standing right in front of the Huskonian lady.
Could I roll investigation to try and pinpoint anything?
Sure, roll for it. What are you specifically hoping to find?
I mean, I know where Ten's building is, and it was pretty big. I'm sure if I could spot that, I could figure out my location. Is it the Iron Forge?
I mean, you've not been to the Iron Forge before.
Is that not where Ten lives?
No, he's just Biotech Labs.
Ah.
You look around for a little bit and you finally see where, just over the tops of some of the buildings, you see Biotech Labs. You're a bit away from it, but you're not exactly in a position in which you can figure out where you are in accordance with the places you've been before. In other words, the best thing you'd be able to do is make a beeline back for that, or just wander around aimlessly.
Band, locate Felix Fatigue.
The band activates and shows you Felix Fatigue, who just pastes what looks to be a poor, unsuspecting individual. You can't really recognise them too much without a decent roll, as he just hits them twice, pasting them into nothing, then looks around, and then you see him take this towel from them, wipe their hands, and then basically the feed shuts off. However, you still have the accurate pinpoint location of where they are.
I start moving in that direction.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's like got a wee blip. It's like that way, dumbass.
Oh no, you are very far away from him.
Well, back to swimming.
As we go back to Anarche, Pinky finally comes down with a huge pair of bags and just drops them drops them down. Well, that's that. I think that's everything that I need.
Well, fair enough. You can just put that in here if you want, as it'll just open up a pocket dimension.
Oh, nice. She then takes them and just puts them in.
Glimpses at the dead body in the pocket.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of sanity's sake, we're going to say that she doesn't notice anything in the pocket dimension. She just puts her bags in them.
The
Lands on the body.
The table, the chair.
You just hear a slight oof.
Bag of bagels.
Yeah. The Muffin House.
a leg sticking out of the muffin house.
Yeah, to
That's
be
probably
fair,
nothing.
Yeah, to be fair, didn't you like rearrange it so that the body was inside the muffin house?
Yep.
Either way, yeah, she doesn't see inside. She just puts them in the dimension. Well, you also notice that she's changed her attire a bit. You actually notice that she's got 2 twin pistols.
Oh, fair enough. As Anarche says, the Pog Dimension's open, he's gonna put his arm in and pull out the coat that he bought ages ago. The wintry one.
Fair enough.
As the closed Pog Dimension put it on. Now, so you fight with guns then?
Yeah. I've kind of been a bit of a tech head for most of my life. I really like guns, and it's always been more interesting to me than most of the ways that my powers work anyway. Besides, I always think that if you only have one way to fight, you're easily a target.
It's a good outlook on things.
Yeah. My elder sister taught me a thing or two about this.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you mentioned your siblings. What are their names by chance?
Well, I have a brother and a sister, both of which are older. My older brother is, he's a bit of a strange one, really. I don't really talk to him too much, but She then looks at your band, to sort of see showing like more of the more of the numbers on your arms, and she's like, "Huh? Sorry. Well,
She's gonna betray you.
Yeah.
She's got about 2 berries and points.
2
Yep.
No, she hasn't. She hasn't got a band.
No, talking
yeah.
about the sister.
I mean,
Yeah.
I just want to point out she wouldn't be able to take it away anyway.
Yeah.
She says that her siblings' names. I actually can't find it now. I'm actually trying to find it. I've written it down. I know what her sister's name is, but I can't find her brother's name on here. Where is it? I shall find you. Oh my gosh, that's really annoying.
Quick update in the Muffin House. Body's still in there.
The names are pink, red, and purple.
There's still 3,000 out of the 3,000 muffins.
Hell yeah. Enough to share.
Yep.
Enough for us to all have after we regroup.
However,
Nothing wrong
if you break the house while taking a muffin away, it's permadeath.
That's fair. I don't plan on breaking that.
Anarchy doesn't even kill you either. You just suddenly ragdollize like in Oblivion.
It's a set requirement you see apart from the house. It applies to him as well, so if he breaks it, he also dies.
Beep, beep, beep.
So the last person to take the last muffin just auto dies.
You should have told me that earlier. We could have just done that with Smithy.
Yeah, just have him break the house.
Yeah.
This is why you're talking over your team. It had been easier than chasing him.
Well, Felix had a job to do, and he needed to get it done before the moment passed.
Makes sense.
And again, as Aldous is another player, it didn't seem like the right option.
Yeah.
Damn it, I'm still
What's
trying to find this thing.
gonna do? What's Aldous gonna do? Preach at you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do much, but
No, Felix. Killing is wrong, and in the eyes of our Lord Adamite.
He was talking about killing people, though. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah, also he murdered someone and literally put them in my pocket dimension.
Yeah.
And they're not dead, to be fair. Like, they're just unconscious, but he won't let them wake up.
Permanently.
So if something was wrong, why would he come to this party?
Yeah.
For us to repent? I don't think so.
Yeah. Good luck.
To feel better, it's like, oh, I'm nothing like these people.
Yeah. Man, these guys are just assholes.
Okay, there we go. No, I've got them now. Okay.
Oh.
She basically just says, well, my brother, he's the eldest. We haven't seen him in a while. But his name was Infralnatus. And my sister, she calls herself Libidine.
Fair enough.
Neither of those names are names that you've heard of before.
No.
I don't really know what you
Probably
expect,
good
multiversal traveler.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Flip a who now and who's a what's it?
Who?
Infranatus and Libidine.
Those aren't colors.
I think they're tastes.
No, guys, they're clearly smells. Like, they're the names of smells. She then says that...
Clearly they're textures.
Fuck's sake. She then tells you a little bit about them basically having it that, like, the brother was the eldest and eventually he left at some point. He enjoyed pretty much just using his powers for the sake of himself, and he went off and did things. Libidine wanted to become unshackled by the original finalities of their powers, so she took to making it almost like a kind of an occult following of sort of different ideologies, but the main one being like to make themselves free and allowing themselves to basically give in to any and all of their own desires. She then explains that, like, she doesn't think that her sister's cult is bad in the original idea, but it just has become more of an excuse to make an almost criminalistic organization.
So I don't mean this in a bad way. So but I guess we both have crazy siblings, though.
Huh. Yeah. Well, just another thing that we have in common, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, you should probably go and find your friends.
I might give them a bit of space. They, last I checked, I checked while you were inside and they seemed a bit, occupied, so...
I mean, if it's something that where they're in trouble, surely shouldn't we be able to help them?
Yes, Felix is definitely in trouble.
Yeah, how do I put this? I think it's less they're in trouble, I think it's who they're dealing with is in trouble.
Whoever's in their way is the one that's in trouble.
Yeah, I'm less concerned about them and more the people who are dealing with them.
Right, so where do you want to head off next, then?
Well, unless you're bored, we could always go and see some other things.
Sure. She's happy to basically tour you around the city, showing you like different sites that you might want to see, or going to different places that you might be interested in. Tourism.
Let's go tourism. Nake will pick a direction that isn't the one that Felix is in.
Fair. Damn you, Anarche.
Yeah.
Look, let Anake have a nice time, you know?
Yeah, I don't want to get involved in murder plots. Leave me alone.
Felix and Fletcher, both of you roll me move speed.
Move speed, okay.
Move speed. Muv Spud.
Super Mover Speedo.
Super Mover Speedo!
My super dex doesn't add to this, right?
No.
Yeah, just fine.
You
had
Nice one hits me.
so much
Today.
potential today. You know what it is? It's because you didn't want to do anything but go and find Felix.
Yes. How dare I worry for my friends?
How dare you worry
Unbelievable,
for your friends.
really.
Why would you worry for Felix? Felix is perfectly fine.
Weakness,
Yeah.
in all honesty. You're
I fight for my friends.
and your friends seem to be fighting just alright on their own. Bloody hell. So, you use your abilities to try and follow him, get to him, but he is still keeping perfectly, like, a good couple of kilometers ahead of you, any which way that you go. Felix, do you attempt to head back to the biotech labs?
Yeah, Felix would be heading back there as discreetly as possible. I know it's not super easy, especially with bands
Fair.
and how big he is, but
True. You sort of slink away in between different places, trying to sort of like quickly move as quietly as possible. Fletcher, you eventually get to the location in which Felix was, and you see the alleyway full of blood, but also two very specific things that are set in the scene. One, a large Husconian woman with basically a sleeveless but official-looking top. It seems as though she might be one of the enforcers, as she has a very similar amount of embellishments as the admiral that you were attacked by yesterday. She is as tall as, arguably potentially a little bit bigger than Rakia, fully standing up. And she's looking at this pink glowing gem that's floating over the dead paste.
Interesting.
What would you like to do?
Well, there's nothing to be here, gained from being here, other than, I don't know, staring at a pink stone that's floating in midair. So I will try to continue on.
I want to point out
you conversation with the lady.
I want to point out you can only see this. You haven't checked any further. You haven't looked at it any further. You can't. You're not listening to it. I just said that that's what you see from first glance.
Yes,
If you're
but
not
given
if you're not interested,
giving-
you're not interested, that's fine.
given Fletcher's already bad history with the Husconian police force,
Yeah.
probably best not to. No, that's boring. I'm gonna go over and check the body.
I mean, you don't have to. Like, again, it makes sense either way. I'm just.
What if Smithy had something good on him?
I mean, I want to point out you don't know that it's Smithy.
I know, I'm saying this meta.
I mean, he did have some animite on him.
But
I know that
again,
for certain.
Fletcher doesn't know who the victim was, and also
You-
definitely doesn't know that it was Smithy.
You see this large Husconian woman standing over a corpse. You want to steal from the corpse in front of Husconian woman.
I'm not going to go in there. Why? Because that I don't want to get in trouble with the Husconian law like I did last time. Okay, fair enough. Actually, no, I changed my mind. I'm going to go in there and steal from the corpse in front of the Husconian woman. Wait, what?
Alright.
I just want to see how a D100 would get me.
Okay. I guess Fletcher will slowly move up to the officer and ask what's going on.
You just, like... You begin moving slightly forwards. Again, you sort of, like, she's not even looking at you. So it's like, you know, there's a possibility that she doesn't see you. As she then just says, "Speak, phaser, or get out of my way."
Just curious at what's going on in this alleyway. Is that some weird art exhibit?
You're not an enforcer, so get lost.
Okay. As I phase away.
I have to be honest, I did genuinely think that you were going to be more sneaky about that rather than just going, so I go up to her and ask her if you...
I mean, to be fair, she's right. Fletcher really is an enforcer. You can go right through him.
Yep. No mask or anything.
So yeah, you head off. Felix, you eventually get back to the lab.
Okay.
10 is waiting for you. As he says, "I know that it is done."
Let me just look at Felix. Felix will probably depower now. That he's...
Oh no, like that was over a little while ago. You've emptied it.
Yeah.
You've completely emptied it. I must admit, I did not expect you to carry out your mission so quickly, but nevertheless, well done.
Felix will... No. I was hoping it would be a bit quieter than it was, but...
I think we all hoped that, yes. Yes. But there's a matter that we now need to discuss. What are you doing next? Where are you going next?
Well, in my tracking down of Smithy, was aided a slight bit by the dealer Fergus. So
You didn't.
odds are he's going to want me for something.
You fool. I mean, I know I'm not one to talk in the terms of making very dodgy deals with people, but he is literally known for making dodgy deals with people.
Well, I'm afraid there's not really any going back now. In terms of that. It was a very in-the-moment sort of thing.
And how do you expect to see him again?
Pulls out the card.
Ah. Well, yes, of course. So is that your plan? Summon him and hope that he'll give you a simple mission?
More or less, although this simple I doubt it will be. I'm sure I will wait till I'm a bit further away from here to do that. Just, you know.
Yes, probably for the best. Are you going to go and do so now, or give it some time?
It might be best for me to go do so now.
I would recommend that. Very well. I shall be here in case if any of the rest come here. What would you like me to tell them if they ask me any questions about your current situation?
Given that the bands can locate and show what's going on, I assume they already know.
But we're going to have to come up with at least some kind of an excuse.
True.
I'll think of something.
Thank you.
So you head off.
Yep.
Fletcher, I need you to roll me a perception.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You sort of get back. It's sort of like you eventually finally sort of like on your way back. As you notice, Felix leaving the facility. It seems as though he hasn't noticed you yet.
Well, Fletcher will speed on towards Felix and ask him what happened.
You couldn't have gone to 10, who probably had a better explanation.
Too late now.
Felix, what happened?
To put it simply, was attacked, had to do something, and during the chaos, ended up making a deal with Fergus. Gonna have to go do shit for Fergus now.
Oh, Felix, no!
Yeah.
Why would you make a deal with him? You know what he's capable of.
And he knows what I'm capable of.
That we both do, gentlemen. Don't you worry about that.
And he's already here.
I mean, you say the name 3 times.
Well, I did feel my ears burning just a little. So, we're ready for that deal now, Felix.
That's what I'm here for.
Fantastic. Then in that case, I need you to ask your lovely scientist individual and a couple of other people on certain specific questions. Don't screw this up.
Felix will nod.
Lights a cigarette using a flame coming out of his thumb. Here's how it works. I need a question on a certain particular type of location. People in Garrison claim that it's in Iris City. People in Iris City claim it's in Garrison. However, I've also spoken to some people and they say it might be in Husconia. But I don't think that's true. So I want to find out exactly where it is. And you're going to help me find it.
Okay. I await the question.
Like a good little lapdog waiting for his master's next command. I need you to ask Mr. Cadeau of Larder if he knows anything about the tomb or the resting place of the supervillain known as Lord.
It's pulling out pen and paper, writing this down.
Fair enough. The two of you can either roll me... Actually, no. The two of you would have to roll me a history for this.
Okay.
Oh boy, history, my favorite.
Nope.
Best I can do is 5.
Fletcher, you don't know who the hell that is. Felix, you heard stories when you were a kid that at the beginning of the superhero society, there was a villain known as Lord, the first supervillain. People trembled and feared this man, and he was only ever truly defeated by someone who was able to rise up against him and just so happened to have the right abilities to stop him. He would thwart him at every turn and defeat him a minimum of 3 times throughout the ending portion of his career. This grand hero, this champion who defeated him, was labelled as a superhero, but later disappeared not long after the defeat of Lord. Lord supposedly succumbed to his wounds after the 3rd battle, and died before he got to prison. On top of this, the person that was known as the one who defeated him was an individual known as the first superhero named Origin. People don't really know too much about him, but they do know one thing about Lord, which is nobody messes with him. When he died, people stated it was as if a dark devil had finally been destroyed. People don't really know too much else about anything about what happened that day, or even before then, but people are all agreeing that he was, without a doubt, one of the evilest and most powerful men alive at the time.
Okay. So just writing down, ask 10 for location of Tomb of Lord.
Fair.
Any others you want me to ask about this, or just 10?
Well, I mean, 10 is probably going to be the one that knows a bit more about history, but there might be certain places in Iris City, like the Historians Guild, or finally the ones in Garrison, the prison. They might have information about where he was buried. That being left to it, there's also the Seeker. However, due to a couple of situations, I'm banned from going to see said Seeker, so I'm afraid you'll have to go and ask in my stead.
Fair. If I can't get anything out of 10, I will seek those other places.
Good. Now, unless if there's anything else that I can do for either you two fine gentlemen, I guess I should be on my way. I've got some information I need to go back on.
Phillips will nod.
Fletcher's just not looking at him.
What's the matter? Worried about
No,
becoming
nothing.
a puppet in a bigger man's game?
No, just thinking about how I can get out of this.
I'm afraid there's not too many ways that you can.
I wonder if an arcade can throw me into a different dimension, son.
I'm afraid, mate, that's not even helpful to you, even if it would. My abilities don't work like that. Technically, the deal is done. On top of that, there's another little bit of an issue. You see, you're already under the effects of my abilities. So even if
I
you were,
assumed that.
even if you were away from me, you're never truly free.
Oh well. So, Almighty Grim Reaper, what are your next objectives?
Like as if I'd tell you. Every bit of information I give is only important or necessary because it's useless anyone knowing it. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to reconcile something. Something very important. Oh, and I'll keep an eye out for your friend Aldous. Very poor choice of words, of course, to use in front of you. However, so silly of me. He's sort of staring at you, waiting for any kind of retort.
Bush just glares at him and walks away.
Well,
Pleasure
don't
doing
let us
business
speak
with
to
you,
you.
lads. Pleasure doing business with you.
they will start walking back towards 10.
Fair enough. You...
I think ahead of time Felix will text 10 what Fergus wants.
Okay. Fletcher, what about yourself?
For now, head back to where the bookstore used to be.
Okay. Felix, you send the text, and then after a couple of minutes, you get in to the labs. He is no longer waiting for you outside the front, so you assume that you have to go further in. As you do so, we now come back to Anarche and Pinky. It's been roughly about an hour for you guys. You've sort of gone to have a look at a few different places. Like, she's just been quickly taking you around, showing you all sorts of different places, like to eat, to have a drink, to sort of sit and sightsee, actual places to sightsee, like places with good views or places just that look like really interesting. She sort of shows you around. But yeah, is there anything in particular that you're like looking for, or are you just sort of like wanting to kill a certain amount of time before you go back?
I think he was just using it as an excuse, basically, just to kill time.
Okay.
I think by an hour, and considering everything had seemed to like sort of settle down, I think you'd assume that it's done by this point. I forget. The only person I have in contact with at this point is Felix, isn't it? Phone-wise.
Phone-wise, you have either Felix or Rakia, but you haven't seen Rakia all day.
And so. Yeah, but the bands can also do it because I saw that. Yeah. I'll probably go somewhere where it's a bit more quiet. Not like completely out of sight, but just somewhere where it's easier to talk. And I'll look at my band and I'll say, "Cool, Fletcher."
Okay. Fletcher, you get a call on your band.
Band, answer call.
Call connects. You can both see and hear each other.
Ah, Anarche. What's up?
Not much. I assume Felix is done doing whatever he was doing.
Yep. Left his mark on a wall somewhere. No idea who it was, but he looked like he didn't hold back at all.
Well, what's happened to the group then during that?
Not much. Aldous is helping out some casualties from Felix's escapades, and he's also now in debt to Fergus. As much as I am.
Oh, so nothing new then. And Smithy?
I actually haven't seen him. I was meant to ask Felix, but Fergus was there. And
so he's killed someone
soured.
and Smithy is gone, is one here.
Yeah, that's kind of strange, but considering what he did for Felix, I don't think Felix would do anything to him.
And he was indebted to 10, correct?
Pretty much, yeah.
Right, okay. Well, even if it is, it's a bit late to make conspiracy theories. Well, where are you heading anyway? I guess come up and meet up with you. I'd prefer not to go back to the facility at the moment. Not exactly a great place.
Yeah, there's a real dour mood over there. I'm heading towards a bookstore not too far from the cafe we were. Well, what's left of it.
Alright, I'll try and meet up with you there.
Cool. See you there.
See ya.
After the call ends, you head off in your respective directions to try and get to said bookstore. On the way, you are both stopped by someone. Fletcher, you are stopped by someone who actually is sort of wearing quite interesting looking, sort of like multiple layers, but they look to be like a very strange set of like layers around their face and head and stuff like that. You don't really recognize them, but they just that you notice that they actually do have a green band on their left arm as they just stand in your way.
Oh, sorry. Oh. Fellow contestant?
Yes. Would you mind stepping away from here with me, just for a moment?
Well, I'm kind of meeting up with a team member, but I guess if it's only for a moment.
We'll take this down here. You sort of walk away with him into this alleyway.
Well, Fletcher thinks to himself, I know where this is going.
Anarche, you on the other hand, are stopped by an incredibly large blue, pale, like pale blue winged Huskodian. They are topless, and they are wearing sort of like cargo trousers that are massive, with a very like interesting looking belt. But despite the cold, they are not shaking whatsoever. They look down at you. Are you Anarche, the Fist of Fury?
No.
That is funny because you look exactly like him, and you also have a band.
Yeah, I get that a lot. It's kind of inconvenient.
I wish to have a talk with you.
Well, go on.
It is probably best if we step in here. As he then points over to a building next to him, and it's like a large, like like a huge bar, like as in like a huge like pub sort of bar location.
Dude, if you want to fight me, at least just say it.
This will only take a second, I promise.
Fine.
You like both go and walk in there as like Pinky's just pulling on like your shoulder for a second, like, dude.
Yeah.
We really shouldn't be going with him.
I know, but he'll only track me down later if I don't.
You don't understand, this guy is really dangerous. As we now come back to Fletcher. The guy stops with his back turned to you and he turns around. It's been a while, in all honesty. I didn't quite recognize you, what with the new eye, and I'd only seen you from afar. Not a while, actually. 2 months ago, as a matter of fact. Don't worry. I wouldn't feel offended if you don't recognize me. He then grabs some of his like scarves and he sort of opens them up a bit so you can finally see his face. Roll me a history check.
Oh boy. That is in-game chat. Damn it.
You know, it's a good thing that was in-game chat, because that's
Yeah.
a bad roll.
Oh, it could always get worse.
Yeah, it
Like
can, yeah.
You look at him and you have no idea who this guy is.
Oh. Yeah. Sorry, dude. I don't recognize you at all. Did we speak at any point?
That's fair. You probably don't recognize me. I mean, after all, it was about 2 months ago on an island, and there was a body of water standing between yourself, your entire party, and me.
fire?
Well, I never gave you my name, but yes, I am the pyrokinetic that you did meet all those months ago.
Oh shit! I remember you now. Damn, that was a long time ago. How are you?
I could be better. I'm actually here looking for a certain individual, but since I've seen you, perhaps you might be able to help.
Yeah, I can help out. What do you need?
I'm looking for the one they call the Ice Mage Yadonze.
The Ice Mage. Done. I need to roll history because I've got.
Yep. History.
Oh, hey!
I'm
That's
glad that you at least succeeded on this one, only because that this was literally told to you like canonically this was told to you like about 3 hours ago. Obviously in real life it was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, this is something 10 has told me, hasn't it?
Sort of, yeah. You've been informed about Yadonze, and supposedly Yadonze lives in the underground part of the city. The thing is that like you don't know exactly where he is, but you at least know that there's supposed to be like certain locations that you can go to that can take you underground to an entirely underworld city that is directly below this one.
You done, oh, hey! You know what? I just heard someone tell me that name. Yes! You can find that guy in some parts of the underground in this city.
Thank you. It's been a while since I've actually had a decent fight. I mean, I would challenge you, but what with the whole intangibility thing, I feel like we'll go in circles.
Yeah, I just had a rough fight not too long ago, so I'm not even at my full strength. Wouldn't be any fun.
Well, nevertheless, I don't mind the company, unless if you have other things to attend to.
To be honest, I was actually going to go looking for him once I met up with my friends. I'll catch up with you later, maybe.
Well, I might have taken him down before then.
True. But if not, leave some for me.
I will see you later. He then puts on his scarves, wrapping them around him, and he then walks away from the alley.
Cool guy, that guy. Right, back to Narke.
As we now come back to Anarche, you've gotten into this bar, and there's only a couple of like people staying there. But you see like inside like loads of. It's really big and open. Like there's a massive bar with all of these like tons of different drinks, and it goes like. It's a really big sort of square that is like it's a very big sort of square or rectangle that sort of like juts out from the wall, but the rest of the room is like a bundle of different things, such as like chairs, booths, tables, and stuff like that. There's even like stools, like like high stools, along with like tables that are fitted it against the wall. But including all of this is a large arena that looks like either a boxing arena or some kind of other like big sort of like fighting square. You see behind the bar is a massive berserker, again blue skin similar to the individual that you spoke to, shining a glass with his massive hand. One of his fingers is just inside of it, otherwise he wouldn't be able to fit his hand inside of this glass. You walk in, he takes a seat down on this, down at this table, and he basically points his hand, sort of gestures his hand over to these two other chairs in front of the table, waiting for you to sit opposite him.
Anarchy will go and sit down. quite casually, legs spread.
Pinky becomes very uncomfortable and gingerly moves over to the chair and sits down eventually. So, I hear you are incredibly strong.
Yeah, you could say that.
Strong enough to fight against Yo Kiger.
Yep.
I would like to test your strength.
I assumed. Sorry. What's your name? You know mine.
My name is Frigas Smirt. I am one of the stronger ones on this island. But of course, you and I both know that strength means nothing in the total comparison to the world. I might be strong here, but who's to say that I am strong in any other island on this planet?
I mean, yeah, that's a relatively small scale version of looking at it.
Yes, but I have also been told information that you are not even from this world.
Yeah, I have a bad habit of saying that, probably a bit too much.
Perhaps this information was due to your slip-ups, or perhaps it was due to something else. Nevertheless, I cannot let this opportunity slip from my fingers.
So I assume we'll be fighting in there as I point to the arena.
Yes, we shall. It is up to you if you wish to fight with everything you have, or if you wish to fight till a certain point. I do not mind.
Well, I can't say I particularly care about dying today. So, I guess we'll go until either one is unconscious or one gives up.
Very well. Then take your position.
As he'll get up, he'll go, well, hopefully, you get a good view of how things go, as he'll look over to Pinky.
She's looking terrified. She holds to your hand, like, do you have any idea who this guy is? Frigus Smart is one of the most dangerous fighters in all of this country. He's killed people just by accident. He's too strong. This is too dangerous.
Man, killing people by accident. Don't know what that's like.
Yeah. Anake goes back to that light of rain that he murdered like 60 people in that prison.
Looks like the smoke's still coming up from the library.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine anyone being harmed, injured, or killed, by accident because you don't know your own strength. Oh
Yeah.
God, the library! Woof! The books have caught ablaze! Not whatsoever. Anyway.
Well, I mean, he's the strongest of one of this country anyway, so hopefully, considering the go on about strength, it'll actually be worth something.
I hope that I do not disappoint you either, Mr. Inake.
Well, I hope I don't disappoint you, considering I did walk into, I assume, your establishment, so it would be a bit rude as a house guest to disappoint.
You then just hear a big sort of belly laugh from this huge Huskodian. And it is not his establishment. He is only a boy. It is mine. Son, do not embarrass yourself in front of the foreigners. He then says, just looking over at his father, mind yourself, old man. We are having ourselves our own entertainment. He then also goes over to walk into the square and waits for you.
As I'm walking in, I'm just gonna transform into my the base state. Oh well, my just normal powered up form.
Roll
I
for
guess
it.
I should say. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you transform. So this is without willpower then.
Yep.
Okay. When you do so, the arena sort of like gains like little walls that sort of go up. And then what you notice is that they keep going up and up and up and up and up and up and up until eventually they get to a certain point where then just giant flaps go over top. And you realise, hang on a second, this isn't a regular fighting room because the entire thing is a cube. That you are now stuck in this cube as the lights go on, and then suddenly it feels like as if you're in a boundless area. As it feels kind of similar to your pocket dimension in the terms of like how much distance there is between you and the walls. It feels like it goes on for quite a while, and it looks like as if there's nothing. Finally, the entire place begins to sort of swerve and swirl until eventually you are in the bar yet again. But that was really weird, as you're now just standing inside of the square inside of said bar.
Huh. Well, that was pretty nifty.
Sorry, you do not have this technology where you're from?
Not often anyway.
This illusionary barrier place. Pocket dimension filled with a special illusion. This allows anyone for them to see us and us to see them, but without us being able to harm or injure anyone else. Do not worry. Anywhere that you are or anything that you see inside of this place is not exactly physical. So we don't have to worry about going all out and accidentally harming anyone else around us.
Well, fair enough. It's good to know.
So now, roll move speed.
Oh boy.
Oh, sick. Here we go. I can't wait for this to flop.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
Natural one from me.
Oh.
You go first.
Dicebot's having a funny 3 hours today.
How many nat ones have you gotten so far, Joe?
3?
3 now.
Oh.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it 3? I feel like it's more.
It might
It might be.
4.
It might be 4. Yeah.
I
it
feel
might
like
be
you've
4.
gotten 3 against me.
Overall, it's been like 5 so far. Just
Yeah.
mostly from Joe.
I've gotten like 2.
So it must be 3 then. Yeah, it must be if that's the case. Anyway, yes, in our case, it's your turn first.
Oh boy. How serious do I take this fight? Man, if only I'd brought in my guns, I could have done stuff with that. Oh well. Also, how much health do I have? Because I know I lost health previously, but did I gain a short rest during that time of wandering, or?
I'll be nice and say that you have, considering it's been like 2-3 hours, and you haven't really done anything that is necessarily strenuous, so yeah.
Okay.
So you're back up to full.
Good to know. And how big is this arena at the moment?
It's pretty much the inside of the bar, so it seems as though that you can fly up to about 30 meters, and it seems as though that you have like a lot of area to yourself.
Okay. And okay, so it's 30 up, but how is it like lengthwise, or like to the side?
Like, I mean, unless if you try going around, you won't know.
Okay. Fair enough. In that case, then, for now, I will coat my fist in energy. Cool.
Okay.
And then I guess I will go to punch him.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. Okay, yeah, sorry, I was just rolling this. I mean, I have yet to do this yet. But I think we're both hitting each other. Yes, we are both hitting each other.
Okay. I believe, yeah, it's just normal because it doesn't stack the pure technique, so. Is it just... I think, yeah, because I'm just using my powers, aren't I?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's wrong, sorry. I've just realised something. Okay, yeah, so you did, what was it?
48.
Okay, 48 points of damage. I'm just now writing something. It's, oh. Oh dear, okay, no, I messed up. I mean, either way, with my mess up, it's still 16. I forgot here the modifier in this particular requirement. It isn't what I thought it was. Okay. So that is actually what I wrote. Okay. I'll just paste it and do it again. Actually, no, we know what the damage was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 51.
Yeah, I'll just say it's 51. I'm not going to reroll it because I might get more damage.
Fair enough.
Or less.
So you take 51 points of damage as he hits you, and you deal 48 points of damage as you hit him. So you both trade blows. As the both of you sort of like knock back, you realise that like he did the exact same thing you did. His hand glue with energy as you just both hit each other, and you sort of feel like this horrible burning in your body. But as he gets hit, he acts in the exact same way as you both sort of stagger back, and it really hurts both of you for a sec. He's like, ugh. You fight pretty well, master of hand-to-hand combat. Let's see if you can take this. As he goes and attempts to... Basically, he goes and attempts to strike at you again, but this time... let's see. It would help if I'm not writing in my... in the thing that I'm also trying to keep notes on, and actually write it in, Discord.
That would probably help.
That would
Just
definitely help, yeah. As he
this Felix attack.
as he goes to attempt to attack you, you're trying to beat.
So the first one's the punch, or is it
the second one's the punch?
Second one's the punch. Okay. In that case, then I'll be cheesy and I'll try and react with an energy blast.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Oh.
So you do hit him with the blast, but as you hit him, he also then like sort of as it's like blasting him in the face, he still like boosh hits you. As I want to point out, his fist glows with this horrifyingly like as if his fist goes red hot, and he hits you in the face as you blast him in the face. Roll damage.
Wow. All
Damn,
ones.
Boy. Damn, boy. You said that was all ones?
No, 4 ones.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say. I didn't see it until just now.
But that was not great.
Just have to have a look at something real quick. What the roll on that be? Oh yeah, no, I definitely got the roll requirement on that. I was thinking like, I was thinking, what was the roll requirement on that? And I just realised. Oh, actually, I don't think I did get the roll requirement on that, actually. What did I get? Oh, it's the same roll that I did before. I got excited.
Oh.
That's not what I was trying to do. I don't know why I don't know why I did that. Right, okay. There we go. Okay. So you deal 19 points of damage to him as he hits you with this glowing red fist yet again, and he deals 79 points of damage.
Yep. But I succeed on the Constitution.
Ooh, okay.
I'll delete your first roll, the 31.
Ah, cheers, yeah. Because, I didn't put the multipliers anymore.
There you go.
So, yeah, now it's 130 HP removed. So yeah, now down to I think 90 health.
I believe so.
Anyway, yeah. So you deal 19 points of damage to him. He sort of like staggers back as again he just gets blasted in the face. He throws the punch and then staggers back real quick, like ugh. It's now your turn.
Oh man, throw a pretty good punch.
I've been trying.
Well, you did say you wanted to see me at my strongest, so I guess I should give you that.
You mean this is not as strong as you thought that you'd be?
Oh no, this just isn't me going serious. As I will actually go into my level 10 technique transformation.
Oh, this is the ultimate mastery automatic transformation.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, damn, okay. Fair enough.
No more fooling around.
Yeah.
Right. This is Super Saiyan God. Fair enough.
This is the willpower, but
yeah, that's just to see.
Yeah, but as he'll start floating off the ground slightly as the aura around him will sort of, I guess, sort of intensify, but not like go outwards. It's more of a dense aura. Now, question, Joe. Would this stack with my strenuous form?
I'd say yes, because it's kind of like it's multiplying the factors of the current form that you're in.
Okay.
Dear Lord.
This is my multiversal universal warrior transformation, and this is to take it even further beyond.
The hypest shit to ever happen.
I believe that works.
Alright, well, we'll see you next session once he's finished transforming.
It'll take about 5 sessions.
Alright. 2 turns.
I want to point out, like the rippling power that is coming from this, because as you said, it was a condensed aura, and then suddenly the aura just becomes like pulsating outwards. I want to point out, no one else is here to see this, but it is awfully like scary in which that like the power that is emanating from you as you do this.
Feels powerful vibes, rolls nerve.
Yeah.
I feel a challenger.
So, like, I'm just now hearing that song, like, you know, the song that played when Vegeta's Final Flash, like the
yeah,
Faulkner thing. I hear that. So, how would you like to use your?
Oh well, that's the end of my turn because that was both my actions.
Yes, it was. I always forget that Ultimate Masteries take up the action. Yeah.
Yep.
As he's just like, now that is power, but perhaps You would like to see something of mine to show great power.
Sure.
As he then attempts something, and if it doesn't work, this is going to be hilarious.
I mean, yeah, we got both. There you go.
No, it's a 25
Oh.
requirement.
Oh.
I only have one other thing that I could do now. He just sort of he sort of, you know, the Henry Cavill fist reload thing that he does.
Oh, yeah.
He does that with only one arm. It does nothing, and he just looks down and he just looks back up and he shrugs his shoulders and just attempts to just leap towards you. With a similar attack to something that he's done before. I mean, spoiler alert, you have to beat the 16.
Well, I will do a reactive energy blast once again.
The dice are not on your side today, Joe.
So yeah, 12 plus 15. So, what's half of 16 d6s?
8 d6s?
No, sorry, as in, like, what's the total of 16 d6s?
16 d6s, so 16 times 6, then divide by 2, that's 48, so it's plus 48 onto whatever else.
Okay, plus 48, and then it's then plus
the
4
willpower.
d6s.
Yeah, plus the willpower, plus then
eight.
the 8, yeah.
So 129.
Oh god, okay. I think this is... Please tell me this is actually what I think it is. So, that plus the amount of damage that you just did.
Turtle.
So
Turtle wave.
He goes, you know, impressive. Perhaps I should show you something of mine. And then, like, you know, tries to do the fist reload on his left arm. Nothing happens. Looks back down. Shrugs. Launches up as his wings open up and lift him off of the ground to get him all the way up to you. As you see his arm just begins to, like, glow again as he throws a punch that never truly hits because all you do is slightly lift up your hand and the world's biggest blast comes out of the tip of your finger and just engulfs this man in a white light. As that happens, I need to roll for something because divide. Well, two.
That's a nice amount of damage right there.
Yeah, it is.
That is indeed.
Oh, brilliant.
Is that your only attack, though?
Oh, no, that's actually a pretty weak attack in all comparison.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I could stack that.
Yeah.
I actually have to.
Oh,
I actually have to roll. I have to roll con. Thankfully, yeah, it's got super con, but I want to point out this 2 times his vitality. So
I reckon he'll still be fine.
normal is 10. 1.5
what's
is
his luck right
15.
now?
So he has to get 20.
He is 20. Yeah, he has to get 20.
I reckon he'll be fine.
Okay.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
this entire thing, just eradicates him, and as you sort of like, you know, like as the energy begins to sort of, you know, dissipate, as you can sort of see like sparks of electricity within the air, as he is just sort of on the ground, covered in like, you know, just sort of covered in small amounts of damage, but it's obvious that his body is still steaming. As he just sort of like, it looks like as if he is just down for the count.
Is that what my aura sense also says, though?
He is not dead. Your aura sense is telling you that he's not dead. He's just unconscious. That's what the 25 has done. It has kept him alive.
Right.
To be fair, you guys were not planning to kill each other.
Yep.
No.
So to be fair, you've done exactly
we
what you
kept-
set out to do.
Yeah. Huh.
Accidents happen, but not this time.
You know, I'm actually impressed he was able to survive that.
I want to point out he was not only able to survive it, like he's knocked out by this, but he's also his body doesn't seem to have taken any injuries. It's just that like his entire body has been inflicted with enough damage to basically cause great deal of fatigue and just conk him the fuck out.
A great deal of fatigue, you say?
I guess you could say, when it came to this light, it was time for night. I don't know. I'm not
Oh.
good at the death battle things.
I'll pick him up and bring him out of the ring.
So when you sort of like see this, he's knocked out. The actual box goes black. The only reason that you're able to see inside of this thing now is because of your white aura. The box then opens up, and you just hear like a massive sort of clap, like. Well done. You have brought him down. I have not seen many people take on my son in such a destructive defeat. You have won an incredible victory today, although I assume, based on the way that you had very little effort, this is not much of a accolade to yourself.
Well, kind of. I mean, I did go all out as he wanted, but I'm more impressed in the state he was able to end up in. No offense to that, but the fact he didn't even receive any sort of permanent scars to that or anything, he just went unconscious. That was pretty impressive.
The fact that my boy was also in a situation that he was not in his greatest environment, but that is no excuse. You are indeed Krokar.
I don't mean to be rude here, I don't know what that means.
Pinky then says, it's actually a name of very good value. Krokar actually is something that we only give to people who actually kind of deserve it. Krokar, in our language, admits to one of great power, or a divine entity.
Well, thank you for the compliment. As Anarche steps out the ring, he de-transforms and like stumbles a bit.
What are your issues that you've currently been given from this?
You want me to say? Okay, so for how many turns did I use that for? 1?
I'd argue 1. Yeah, I'd say 1.
Okay, so for 1 hour, I roll disadvantage on SP, Strength, and Dex. And I have 0 modifiers to to all 3 of those stats. For now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For an hour, jeez. You sort of look like as if you could barely stand up as you sort of like, sort of go down to one knee and then sort of like stumble back up. Like you look like a sort of baby giraffe taking its first steps as Pinky goes over to you and sort of helps you get onto a chair. It's like, the hell was that?
That's the downside to going so far. Oh.
I have to admit, I've never seen someone do such a thing, but I assume that it could be from either your ability or even the damage in which that he dealt you.
A bit of column A, a bit of column B.
You're a modest man. Right, I should probably get this one up. As he sort of walks out from behind the bar, he's holding this giant bucket of ice and just dunks it on his head. Get up, you lazy birds! As he just sort of wakes up. What happened? No. You beat me?
Yeah.
That is humbling, I have to say. At the very least. You put up a good fight. I wish I could say the same. You are definitely not of this world.
You know, if I didn't know what you were meaning, that would sound like flirting.
A little column A, little column B.
Ah, fair enough, I see. Understandable.
Nevertheless, I have seen exactly what it is and what it takes to be an Omegan. Although, if you're not from this world, that would mean that you do not exactly know of their kind's past.
No, I just constantly keep hearing they're like arseholes. So.
You're not too wrong. They believe themselves to be divine entities and angels. We Haskonians don't necessarily believe in the ideology of gods in the same way as perfect and divine beings. As a matter of fact, Grokar is actually a proof of that. We only have one word for God, an incredibly strong person. These mean the two things. We do not believe in the divine being pure and holy. We believe in the purity of power and strength, but we do not believe it is purely good, nor bad. It instead is more of whoever wields and harnesses it. It's one of the reasons why I do not necessarily believe that Omegans are naturally this way. After all, I have been beaten by you, and you have not attempted to take my life, unlike some of the others who have done so in the past. Ugh.
Yeah, wow, they do sound like dicks. And kind of sad as well, to be honest.
They believe what they have been taught. It is a shame, but at the same time, they are not exactly weak. Some of the strongest beings. I would say that you are on par with them, or perhaps give or take a little bit more or a little bit less strength than they have.
I'll keep that in mind. Sorry, it's been lovely meeting both of you. I'll have to come back here again. We'll have to do that again sometime, but I'm meaning to meet up with a friend, you see, so...
Please, you are exhausted. You cannot wait for your friend?
And now I'll meet up with them, as Anake will try and walk to the door.
Roll me I'm gonna say a labor check.
Yeah, let's go.
You stumble and fall.
Oh.
Okay.
Anake starts crawling.
Father, we shall let this one, just for the time being, stay. Make sure that none of the customers see him, of course. He then, picks you up, puts you over his shoulder, like this huge Huskonian, and goes, "You do not tell me around, boy, but you are right. Any of our regulars see this man, they will think that we are traitors. Whatever that means anymore." He sort of carries you over on his shoulder, and you're sort of you feel this guy's body is cold to the touch.
Man, you got some fine muscles on you.
The mind's telling me no. He then eventually sits you down in another room. Pinky is allowed to follow, and just goes, "You must take your time, otherwise you will not be getting up for even longer. You are welcome to stay."
Well, thanks. Oh, if someone comes here named Fletcher, they're the person I was meant to be meeting up with.
Very well. We shall let them know.
So I guess Anake will get to relaxing.
As you get to relaxing, Fletcher,
Yes.
you've been walking for quite some time. Now, I want to point out, are you heading straight to where Anarch? Oh wait, no, because you were heading straight to the library in hopes that you'd meet up with Anarch, aren't you?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Well, what's left of it?
As you sort of you've been walking for a little while, and you sort of realise, roll me a. I'm gonna say, would it be? Let's say investigation. I'm gonna say, because this is navigating yourself way through it, I'll say just investigation.
Okay. 27.
You remember most of these streets and roughly where you need to go. You have been hitting each corner perfectly, knowing where you need to go and everything.
Retracing the steps to the bridge.
Yeah,
I guess.
You get you get back. You eventually, you sort of like, as you're walking, you're sort of realizing like, you know, this would be a great day if it wasn't so cold. But then you sort of realize that like, it doesn't feel that cold. As a matter of fact, you haven't even noticed that it's cold at all, and yet people are in like thick layers and stuff.
Yeah, Fletcher just thinks he's used to the cold by now.
Fair enough. You continue on your merry way in order to hopefully get to, you know, finding or helping your friend. Upon doing so, you eventually get to like the street that you go, okay, it's just down. It's just I just take a left outside of this place, and then it's just, you know, just a clear shot of the library. As you're sort of walking by, roll me a perception.
On Percepzione!
Percepzione!
Boop! A little lower, but not too bad.
Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. Could be worse, could be better.
Mm-hmm.
As you're sort of walking by and you suddenly just notice something. You only just stop as from the window beside you, a man just gets smashed out of it and flies past you. And you're like, what the hell? As you just see like a bulky Huskonian just walking out and stay out of my store. He looks down at you. What the fuck are you looking at? Get back to whatever you were doing, boy.
Yes, sir.
Wait. You just see like a guy just like lying in the middle of the road with his hand up. Gets up. He's like got short sleeves, but yet like it's very big puffer jacket for some reason. Like it's like no sleeves on, but a puffer jacket. It's like, maybe I can ask this guy. Do you know where I can find someone worth a lot of points?
Depends on the range you're looking.
What do you mean by that?
How many points does Fletcher have?
He's worth 500.
I remember it being low.
Well, it
Wow.
depends. How dangerous you looking? Because I could direct you from someone with a gold band all the way down to a blue.
Oh, well, I was kind of looking for a red one, to be honest. I still haven't got one.
You want to join the tournament? I'm
Yep.
guessing.
Yeah, pretty much. You got anywhere that I could go?
I mean, at this point, most of the tournament goers are probably way out of your league.
Well, that's not very nice now. Wait a minute. I recognize you from somewhere.
Where?
I can't quite put my finger on it, but I swear I've seen you somewhere before.
Maybe it's just my face.
Maybe.
I get that a lot.
Yeah. But wait a minute, you're from the tournament. I know you. You were the one who was fighting alongside, one of those people, Phoenix guy, I think. Wait, you're pretty famous.
Am I? I guess I am.
You're known as the Invisible Killer. Fletcher Motatame, right?
Yeah. Oh, why does it always have to sound like that?
However, I don't know exactly how many points you have, considering, but what band are you?
Well, I don't tend to land the finishing blow on many attacks, but I'm a pretty good fighter, but I stick with a red band. Draws less attention.
Red band, you say?
Yeah, red band.
Wouldn't mind to get a few of those points. Of course, if you're in the mood for sharing.
Well, sadly I can't just give points. You would have to fight me,
Oh no, what a shame. I guess I'm going to have to fight you.
Sure, why not? I've got time.
Could we do laugh?
He sort of like rubs his hands together like...
Well, I might as well know your name before I fight you.
Oh, most people call me... And then he sort of goes into a very strange, over-the-top position. The Vault King!
The Vault King.
The Vault King!
I have a suspicion that no one calls him that.
I think he's an Bolivian NPC that sneaked out of the game.
I
He
turned
sounds
to
like
the
Junkrat from Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, yeah, doesn't he?
I turned to the guy that I assume is the shopkeep and was like, is that really what he's known as?
Roll me a perception with disadvantage, please.
Okay. That's 12. Hey.
Okay. Roll me. I guess I guess you can roll me a reaction. It won't
Okay.
it won't be of disadvantage, but yeah, roll me a reaction.
I'm just going to roll intangibility.
You just sort of like you sort of feel like a strange presence around you, and you're like, oh, and intangible, and then like you just hear like this weird buzzing noise as like you then just hear like a really weird sort of feeling as an explosion of electricity goes around you, as you just hear then. Don't take your eyes off the opponent. That would be a wise idea, especially when you're dealing with royalty.
Fletcher just turns back and tilts his head. It's like, really? And you're not even in the tournament yet?
I only just got an interest in recently.
Huh. That's the case. I might take this fight a little more serious. So, is it my turn?
Yes, it is. It is your turn.
Straight forward into combo. Not 20.
Jeez, my dude. Ugh. No.
So who's that no to?
That is to me succeeding.
Okay, so that's double damage, right?
So this is your this isn't Phase Crusher, is it?
Nope, it's Phase Cutter. But it's Phase Cutter combo.
Right, so only the dice from the staff attack is double. Because that was what you got an extra 20 with.
Yep. Bap. And this is from only one staff.
From only one staff. Okay.
The original. Oh wait, no, it's only 50. I don't know why that 4 is there.
Okay.
It's 50 damage.
Oh, okay. Just having a look at something. Yep, so you hit him, and you sort of launch him backwards. Dealing,
So I go in for the next dealing 50 damage.
Hang on. So that would be... Oh gosh, okay. So that's actually that. Yeah, you can roll for the other one now if you want.
Alright. Eh. 5. 15.
Okay. So as you go to hit him.
Again?
Is that gonna work? Oh, okay. So on the first attack, you hit him, and you actually seem to do something to his body. Oh wait, why am I? Oh, I'm an idiot. I just rolled for something that actually I'm not. That's not what I roll when that thing happens.
Oh yeah.
I don't roll that. I roll this.
Oh boy.
Oh.
How silly of you, Joe.
It's actually quite ironic that you use that wording there. As you hit him, like trying to phase cut him, you then just sort of like see him like bend in half around the staff, as like it looks like as if you severed him, and he's about to fall down, and he goes, "Whoa!" And you attempt to go for him again, but this time, when you do so, you're actually about to hit him in the neck, and it looks as though you chop off his head, but lightning is actually just sort of like at where the bottom and top and bottom parts of his head are, as his head is just floating in midair, where instead of blood coming out, it's actually lightning just coming out of the parts of his severed head. As he then rejoins back into his original form, he then just sort of like looks at you and then just goes, "No," and basically electrocutes you.
What?
Dealing 11 points of damage.
Zap!
Zippity zap. You are not healed from your last encounter, which puts you at, instead of 98, you're now at 109. Whoa! Careful now. Don't want exactly to get shocked. He says, like as if he thinks that he's just made a pun, but not at all.
Got an interesting power set there.
Of course
Don't
I
think
do.
I've fought someone like you before.
Not many have, friend. Not many have. Royalty of such high voltage doesn't exactly come around so often. I'm not common like yourself. Phasing, intangibility is so yesterday.
Well, thankfully it's not the only thing I've got.
As he attempts to go for an attack.
2 berries.
That 2 berries is plenty fine. That 2 berries is perfectly okay. It's perfectly acceptable for what I need.
Well, I will just try phase counter.
Okay.
Let me get my shot ready.
As he goes towards you, his hand is just covered in and begins to turn into lightning. As he basically just punches you right in the right in the chest, and you are hit with electricity. The damage that is dealt is that would be oh gosh, now I have to remember this now. 2d12s plus that. That is okay. Just for now, I'll write this. As you are struck with another 12 points of electricity, and are dealt 12 points of lightning damage.
Ow! Wow! That's interesting. You can hit me even when I'm intangible with just your hand. And I can't send any willpower from it, so... You really are special.
That, or you're just really not exactly bright. I mean, I don't mind peasants being beneath me, but this is a whole nother cake to be taken.
Well, this could be real interesting, so I'm gonna try out something I've been saving for a rainy day. As I turn off my intangibility.
Okay.
And I shall now roll willpower. Just base willpower for this, right, Joe?
It's willpower of the spirit.
Okay.
I think that's enough? Question mark?
It still works because it's a lower roll.
Is
But
it?
of
Yeah,
course it had to be 2.
Yeah, it's a 10, yeah.
It's
yeah.
a 10.
I was looking at that, I was like, I think you got it. I don't think you got it. Oh no, you got it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chimney chim chum to chum chum chug.
Oh, I'm gonna get freaking wasted off Bailey's. Great.
You get wasted off Bailey's.
Well, I don't know my tolerance. I've never had that much.
Bailey's isn't too bad.
Yeah, true. But the amount of 2 berries this session, we might find out.
We've only had like 3, haven't we?
We've had
No.
like 10, it feels like.
It does feel. It always feels.
We've
like
had
too
way
much.
more than 3.
Really?
It's been like 5 or
Yeah.
6.
I'll go and check. Hang on, give me a minute.
Okay. Well,
But
what's
yeah,
going on? You've transformed into your new mode.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like a
As-
physical description to be given, or would you like to just get on with what is hopefully going to be an
Sure.
interesting ass whooping?
Yeah. Joe, if you would like to, go ahead.
Oh no, I don't know what it physically looks like. That's why I asked you.
Ah. I thought you were offering there.
Oh no.
But no. This is gonna be more interesting than if I just... There's no one around, so I'm not going to explain it.
Fair enough. Writes in
And,
notes. Need to come up with physical description next time I use this ability.
Yes. Let's just say it's more flashy.
Okay, so
You become a light bulb, got it.
Because there's flashes. 5 berries though.
Could someone shut that choir up? I'm trying to do this
There's,
awesome technique.
I launch into a flashy phase crusher.
Okay.
Mm.
Flashy phase cannon. It just sounds like what's it called?
Buggy move.
It does sound like a buggy move. Yes, it does. Yeah. I don't think I'll pull this off. Nope.
No.
All right. Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
Silence.
Ah, yes. The delicious silence of a once well-respected... Silence, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure where you're going with that one.
No, I didn't know either.
I will roll the smack because I almost forgot to do that.
I'll let it slide. Only because you're going to need all the damage you can get, considering that you're on half health.
Yep, that's why I'm kicking into it.
Nah, it's overrated. Who needs health?
Roll the dams, roll the dams, roll all the dams.
Rolling the dams at the speed of sound.
I assume you are a filthy peasant and don't write your damages down.
And just,
No.
copy and paste them.
Unlike me, who has it pinned in DMs.
Yes, unlike you who had someone else write them for you.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
Look, it's a lot of damage.
If it's compensation for you, I didn't realize they could stack that form with that, so I need to
Fair.
add more damage.
Fair. Also, something else that I realised that, I have underdone this character, and yet, I'm just like, oh, I've actually done a lot for this character.
Yeah.
Okay, so 58 points of damage. No, that I think that does break vitality again, so I have to roll this again. Again, you hit them with this phase crusher, you pass through them, and they just sort of get... That actually really hurt. Just kidding.
Well, let's just say I learned something from my time at the Land of the Sunken Moon.
Ooh, ominous. Either way, it doesn't really matter. You're badly harmed and injured by my attacks, which means that it's only a matter of time before I can actually defeat you. I guess I should stop playing around, though. After all, this is all for the sake of me getting a band. I can't get it if I'm just plotting around. He then transforms his entire body as volts just go through it, and then his body just becomes pure lightning. You have any idea how much that this would be easier if you just backed down from this fight?
Where's the fun in that?
Good answer.
You want these points? Knock me out for them.
Oh, come now, it's not that difficult. I just wanted a little bit of fun before I actually got them, but okay. I'll do you a favor. As he then, points towards the floor. As you start realizing something very strange. As you look down, the floor becomes something different. It starts shaking and juddering, and suddenly it atomizes and becomes electricity beneath your feet. As he tries to send it upwards. How would you like to react? As he's turned the entire floor beneath you into lightning.
Quickly phase swim to the building next to me?
You want to try and swim through his lightning?
Yes!
Okay, roll it.
I match.
Awesome. I'm glad you do match. Just a heads up. There was only one okay-ish answer in this regard. Phase swim through his lightning is not the good answer.
You might find it a bit shocking.
I mean, you know what? I'll be the one who does the puns around here, even though that was definitely a better pun and an actual pun, unlike what I just did.
Well, I'm just trying to gain a few volts.
Yeah, his damage might stun you a bit, you know.
Ooh, that was electrifying.
Mm.
I'm not apologising.
Oh, great.
These jokes are going by
with
lightning
excitement.
fast.
As you attempt to back out, you then go, oh shit, and then you try to phase as your feet dive into this, and your entire body is just lit up like a Christmas tree as you take 50 points of damage as your entire body becomes filled with electricity.
Oh, I'm having some good fun right now.
Despite everything, however, this does slightly cause a large amount of discomfort, and it does kind of hurt, but for some reason it doesn't hurt anywhere near as much as you think it should do, considering your body is engulfed in pure lightning.
The thrill of the fight, that's called.
Yes.
Yeah. As it is now your turn, as he just sort of does that, and like he's pretty much just like he's grabbed the he's basically turned the ground beneath you into electricity and literally just lifted it up using control as it's just gone all the way through you and now over you as it's now holding it, this giant orb of lightning over your head.
Well, only one thing to do. Hit him again.
Yep. That makes sense.
As I am going for... Well... Phase Crusher.
Okay. Since the way that Phase Crusher works, it's the first one I need to concern myself with. He does stop you. Well, he doesn't stop you because this is a reaction. He does hit you, but you hit him. So I'm going to roll my damage, you roll your damage. Also, if you want to roll for the attack, you absolutely can, but you're going to need to beat my roll to pull off the actual additional attack damage.
Alright, let's see if I can. I do!
No, you don't.
Oh, wait, no, I thought that was
Minus
the second
31.
roll I was going for.
Yeah.
Damn, oh well.
Again, exactly 50 again.
I think he got... Oh, he almost got the exact same numbers.
Wow, okay, so roll your damage, Fletcher. This is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, it most certainly will.
It was nice knowing you, Fletcher.
Oh, you think I'm going out like that? No!
I mean,
I mean...
You know, Felix has taken you out before.
All I will say is this was a horrible person to throw him up against you. That's all I have to say.
I mean, you know what? I
know what you've
I
done.
mean,
yeah.
agreed with it.
As you do so, you do, like, you feel this entire orb hit you as you feel an insane amount of, like, weirdness. You don't feel pain. You feel like suddenly your entire body is on, like, a heavy set vibrate mode, as if every atom in your entire body is trying to shake it itself away. Despite this, you don't feel pain. You slash through this guy and pass right through him. And as you do so, you feel your consciousness slipping away. But even worse, as you're continuously keeping your eyes open with the, like, trying to stay awake from this full body tasing, the only thing that you can see is darkness starts to surround your eyesight as these pinpoints of light that are still being able to enter your light become thinner and thinner and thinner until even with your eyes wide open, you cannot see, and you feel every ounce of feeling in your body slip away from you.
Or does it?
Yes, it does.
Am I unconscious, Joe?
You can attempt to roll your thing if you'd like.
Yes, I am activating the overdrive.
Okay.
3 turns I have.
I'm gonna have to roll something. Actually, no, I'm gonna have to ask you to roll me something. Roll me willpower.
Okie doke. Just flat, or
Your willpower, yeah. So D20 plus whatever your willpower number is, not
7?
Your traits. So I think it's 7. Yeah. Okay. I shall allow it. I have decreed. It will be allowed. You're still alive.
It takes more than that to stop the invisible killer.
Bring it on! As he just generates more electricity around him. It is your turn.
I hope you have some good eyes. Because you can't see me anymore.
You can't see me. Sorry, I do.
You know, I once had a plush that you could press down and it would play that noise.
You can't see me.
Yeah. It was fun to put under couch cushions and stuff. Whenever someone sits down.
So that was invisibility, correct, Joe? Just to let you know.
Okay.
And I'm going to crush.
Okay.
And it's a 2 berries.
It is indeed a 2 berries situation. I mean, I got a higher roll.
Right.
And I also got a matching roll. Too bad it was the higher roll that you needed to be concerned about. Yeah, you do go invisible. You do dart towards him. You definitely hit him. You definitely are going to deal damage. But this time, he hits you with all of this electricity as well. Again, yet again, he's holding this giant orb, and he just pushes it through him as it hits into you whilst you hit into him, as you deal all that damage. Roll your damage. I'm actually going to be really annoyed if I get 50 again. I'm not going to lie.
I think it'd be great if you got 50 again. Oh no, 55.
Okay, I got 55. Okay. Well, it's because I've been getting really oddly okay-ish / really good rolls recently, and I just it bothers me that I'd be getting them that specific, just every time.
I mean, you've also rolled so many natural ones this session.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep, you deal another 28 points of damage. As you hit through him, and you get hit again with this attack. He then turns around. As he just sort of looks at you and he just goes, "Oh, come on now! Really? That's your best? Fine. I guess I'm going to have to do something a little bit better than that. After all, what I've currently done here," as he generates just a tiny little bit more electricity, adding to this giant ball, and he goes, "This electricity is quite powerful. I wouldn't be surprised if you weren't atomized by this." As he attempts to hit you with it. Get hitty with it. I mean, both are a 21, so just be a 21. What are you attempting?
I'm just gonna go underground with Phase Swimmer and try and come up behind him.
Okay.
31.
Indeed you do. As he slams this ball of electricity, you don't know, but it just does that, and it just completely just disintegrates the area that you were in. But you were in there. You aren't when it hits. As you do sort of pop up behind him. I'm assuming you'd want to do some kind of damage?
Yes, I would. I would like to, Is that enough for a counter, would you say?
That's more than enough for a counter, yeah, absolutely. So roll the dams.
I shall roll the dam. on, load. Mac.
28 again. Wow.
Thwack. You miss. I'm afraid.
That's right, I did miss. But thank you for admitting that you are afraid.
Let's keep going for a bit longer.
It is now your turn.
I will try for phase splitter. That's it. Active.
Ooh.
Oh, Joe.
Ooh, okay.
And the attack.
Now on the bright side, that I guess that means that I'd have to roll the d20 plus 15 again, and whichever one is lower. I have to take. Okay, so 18. So yeah, I don't beat you. To just let you know, the ability that I'm using is actually a usage style. That actually is the reason as to why he's even able to counterattack to you, whilst invisible.
Fair enough.
I say that actually, he already can technically sense you anyway. It's just yeah. Ooh, nice. So that was.
As I bring the staff down,
Indeed
splitting
you
his
do.
victims.
Indeed you do something.
Okay, this is turn 2, so next turn is the last round before night-night.
Yeah.
Oh, indeed. Right,
Can you
okay.
finish it before then?
He states again that the electricity that he's going to pull off, yet again, is going to do exactly the same thing. It is going to be able to atomize whatever it touches. As he does that, he then points at the ground again and begins making the ground beneath the both of you into electricity. Okay, and you're trying to beat a... Oh, well, either way, you're trying to beat a 13. As it's beneath your feet, what do you attempt to do?
Could I phase crush through him out of the way?
Yes, you can attempt to do so.
I will attempt to phase crush through him to escape the damage.
Okay. You do not.
Does that succeed? Damn it!
You needed to beat the 33.
I thought you said the 13.
No, I said, don't worry about the 13.
Oh, okay, you said don't worry. Damn. Oh well.
Oh, actually, hang on a sec. That's another 8d6s. Actually, no, it's an extra 4d6s, sorry.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems more reasonable.
Well, it's because I was using exaggerate, but he's exaggerating the area that he's going to affect. He wasn't holding the lightning before he did it, so he exaggerated that the lightning that he turns the floor into is going to be massively powerful. And since he's already technically touching the floor, he can then use exaggerate on it. But when he turns it into lightning, he does add like a huge amount of damage, but he only technically can double the damage from that. But either way, that's 14 plus 52, that's 66 points of damage. On top of what you have... that actually matches your vitality as well. It doesn't break it, but it matches it. As you have been put up to 342 damage. As you get hit by that, as it is now the last turn in your ability.
I must say, this has been quite the fun I've had. I hope you're enjoying this match.
Well, I would be lying if I didn't say that I'm at least a little bit interested. After all, I am not necessarily bored by this concept. But you have done well, I'll give you that, Fletcher. But I think you and I both know that this is where it comes to an end.
Yes. I just realized I forgot to roll the timer for invisibility.
Roll it. And if it's anything lower than 2, it's over. It's
a 1. It's over. Time to make the last one count.
What shall he pull off now?
Find out next time.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z! So what are you
That
going
does
for?
make this fight a lot easier to watch. Can you imagine? Because otherwise he'd just be basically talking to thin air, like majority of the fight.
Yes, yeah. To be fair, like, this is actually something straight up out of like a crazy thing. It's like these two guys that, you know, I was just, hey, I need to find some points. Well, I can tell you some points. Oh, well, I need a red band. Oh, I don't know where about it. Let's fight, and it's now just become like a massive, like, big thing.
I feel sorry for the shopkeeper, man. He just wants customers and he's got this going on.
Guys, please stop. Don't destroy my store. He's already taken giant chunks out of the street in front of him now. Like, massive craters.
Now he's going to have roadworks, which means he's not going to, like, it'd be awkward for anyone to get into his store.
Business. I mean, you know what? No. Clearly, you should never mess around with a man claiming to be Vault King, even if nobody calls him that.
I want this Huskania just come out and beat both you up now.
Just punch.
Oh, Vault King! I thought you said Vault King. I was thinking Fallout. I was like, you own a vault?
I thought that at first. And then once he started using his abilities, I was like, oh,
I thought it was like vault as in like vaulting over something.
That would have been better. That would have been.
Yeah.
By the way, Fletcher, I'm still waiting for you because it is your turn.
Okay, sorry. Crushed. 21, just about.
And we got one more blueberries.
Well, Joe.
Let's see.
Oh.
There's a possibility.
Is that...
You're both hitting each other.
Okay, can I roll to smack?
You can roll, indeed, to smack. Spunk. So you've still got that lightning, and he just basically like tries to...
Ooh.
No smacking.
Oh no.
Well, it's about time. I haven't had a natural one up until now.
Well, I mean, yeah, let's do some dams
I
to
don't know
each other.
I don't know if that's the attitude to have when you get a natural one.
Especially at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this moment. Some say love, it is a river. Awesome, okay, so you're adding an extra 24, okay, 34, 16, okay, nice. And, yeah, he deals 47 points to you. Putting you at 3, 8, 9. It's now his turn. As...
Wait, isn't that my last turn? Oh yeah. Fair enough. He gets a turn.
He does again just say, "That's enough. All of this lightning that I shall now grant will be able to finally end you. This will be greater than any nuclear device." As he then begins to turn the lightning beneath both of you, begins to turn the concrete beneath both of you into lightning. So I'm going to try and pull off something. See if I
Bye, Huskonia. So Fletcher, what do you want on your grave?
He died as he lived.
He will be missed, as in the smoke
So, how would you like? How are you trying to react against this?
I'm going to try again. I'm going to phase crush through him.
Okay.
If I
No.
had a nickel for every time Fletcher went unconscious.
I'm already past that.
Oh, okay. I tried something else that potentially could have saved you. That was not the case. 2 berries.
2 berries.
Someone get Suzaku on speed dial. Because
God.
it's been fun, everyone.
Yep.
You know, you were one of
wait.
the original.
That
Who's
doesn't
left
even,
of the original?
that doesn't break your vitality. That's good. That's good.
That is good.
Is
But does
that?
it show that his
Ah.
over maximum health? Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Because your maximum technically because your fatal, or your critical health is equal to your maximum health. So your critical health is 221. The damage.
Well, I don't know fights anymore.
The damage that has been done is 4, 5, 3. But it doesn't break vitality, which technically means that it doesn't actually atomize you, because it wouldn't normally cause injury.
Who knows? Maybe the shopkeep will nurse you back to health.
Yeah, so he can just resurrect people.
Yet again,
No way.
that feeling of consciousness is completely gone at this point.
Well, you can definitely
Oh no,
say.
there's nothing. Like literally, as you like get hit by it, it's like, okay, I've got. As like nothing else goes in your mind. At most a single word would go through your mind before the end. Fuck.
Yeah, it's just, boop.
As this fair. As this whole thing, Anarche and Felix, you are in your respective places as suddenly you hear a massive shuddering. As you suddenly hear like a massive thunder crash, like as if the loudest clap of thunder you will ever hear in your life came from the heavens above to strike down something grand.
Anarche falls off his chair.
Yes, fair enough.
Felix is just walking through the hall. It's just earthquake. Finding 10 can wait, apparently. Yeah, he got the text. He can answer on his own time.
Yeah.
Time to head back out and just see what is happening.
You do look up, like as you know, you go out of the facility and you look up and around, and you suddenly see it. The skyline has a sort of almost like a beam of light, a bridge of just pure electricity sparking around, like almost like in a weird tunnel up into the sky, creating weird clouds that just sort of stick around like this electricity almost seems as if it's going around in a circle incredibly slowly, like a beacon for Zeus or something.
That can't be good. I think Felix at this point wouldn't head straight to the light, because fuck, why would I do that?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But they would like try and message like the party through the band, like, hey, you doing good? Everything okay?
You message Aldous. Aldous does not reply, mostly because he does not reply. You message.
Aldous replies, you heard the good word of Animite?
Oh shoot! Yeah, no, he doesn't have a band. Yeah, you message Anarche, to which Anarche finally you see this message and you're like, almost like unable to move, but you start gaining a little bit of strength so you can send a message back.
He types good and then his fingers fall off.
Good. Yeah. And you send one to Fletcher and it says there is no one with this name.
Well, shit. I assume I'd be able to put 2 and 2 together.
I mean, it's up to. So you say "oh shit" out loud.
Yeah, should I roll nerve?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
You
Well-
barely keep it together.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It's
you
enough-
do
it's enough
barely
for-
keep it together.
It is enough for a D10, so let's
But yeah, you are hurt by this. But at the very least, you don't cry, you don't scream, you don't shout. You just stand there and think, you know, at the very least, like, could it have been merciful? Could it have been the way that he wanted to go out? What is it? What was it?
I mean, at the very least,
Just-
Felix didn't rage take him out on accident again.
Fair. As you just sort of like stand there watching it, and you just hear just a voice going, "It's beautiful, isn't it?"
Fergus.
It's Fergus as he's sort of standing next to you with his arms in his pockets, looking up at the weird light show.
In a sense, the visuals are beautiful. I don't know if the outcome is.
Trust me. The outcome was bittersweet, to say the least. But that's just the problem, isn't it?
Suppose it is.
Stilton wants this place to be a war zone, and he's getting exactly what he wished for. Nevertheless, another man cries out for victory, and another falls into the despair that is defeat.
Felix just nods.
He then takes out a cigarette and lights it. He then looks over at you and he takes out another one and he sort of offers it to you.
Felix won't take it. He didn't.
He shrugs his shoulders and puts it back in his pocket.
Well, I believe of the original party, that leaves just me and Rakia.
Yep. Sorry to say, mate. But there's not much else you can do about him now.
Not from the looks of it.
I'd say that he went down swinging. Like as if there was anything truer to say about him. I can give you the name of the guy who did it if you really want.
I think enough blood's been spilled for today.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I'm gonna get heading off, unless if you need anything from me. Call it a freebie.
That's perfectly alright. I'll get back to doing that favor for you.
You keep putting yourself in these holes. Eventually, you're not gonna end up with a shovel to dig yourself out, mate. Nevertheless, I can always do with more lackeys.
When the day comes,
Absolutely. I'm hoping to see something very wonderful from you. Now, if you don't mind me, I've got to go and pluck my rewards.
I'll leave you to it.
He flicks the cigarette up in the air, and before it's even hits the ground, he's gone.
I think Felix will message Anake and anyone he can of the party, and also probably Ten and Tendra, even though he's standing right outside the building,
Yeah.
that Fletcher is dead.
Okay. And okay, you get that message.
he just kind of goes silent, just staring at it for a moment, and then he just turns it off.
Pinky is sort of just like sat near you, doesn't see what's on the band, but says, "What's up?"
Well, one of my party members just died.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
If you want, we can get back.
It's not really... If he was just normally dead, I wouldn't be concerned. We just bring him back. It's the connections I'm concerned with.
What do you mean?
Well, I was meant to get around to tell him, which is one of the reasons I wanted to meet up with him, but... A deal he made with someone. They reanimate him. So... My point is that that person who reanimated him is probably now going to, well, take him and add him to his collection.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps we should get going soon. You seem to have some of your strength back, at least.
Yeah. We should probably go now. Do you know the way to Ten's facility?
Well, Biotech Labs isn't exactly unknown to us.
Alright, good. You're probably gonna have to help me walk.
Okay. She basically does her best to sort of help you up, and then she sort of like puts your arm over her shoulder, even though she's only just a tiny bit taller than you. She's only like 6'2". I say only 6'2", but I mean as in only 6'2" because you are 6 foot. But for Huskonians, that is actually relatively quite short. As she like sort of helps you out and you sort of go on your merry way, this is where we shall end this session.
Oh. As you know,
Guess we're adding 2 names to that.
In memoriam, yeah. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
thank you very much, everyone, for listening. I hope that you have a wonderful time, have a wonderful night, and of course, if you want to hear from more of these podcasts, these episodes, or anything else that we just throw up on this channel, please check out the Animite Tales. Take care.
Don't forget to check out the podcasts.
Take care and have a wonderful night. Fletcher, no!
I mean, I knew it was gonna happen at some point, but
It was. I think there was 8, 9 berries this time.
Oh no. 8
You know what it's like.
berries.
Yeah.
16 berries.
Hey.